Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. If a game gets canceled and no one really cared or was excited for it, does it really matter? Is there any fanfare, any sorrow, anything but forgotten trailers? The game in question would be Star Wars Eclipse, announced in December 2021 at the Game Awards. Good old Jeff Keighley going to shill for everybody. Game set in the High Republic era of Star Wars, long before the Phantom Menace. You know, that era that people are just so chomping at the bit to learn more and more about, all the way up until, well, 3 years afterwards in 2024, still MIA. No word, no information, no nothing. While it means most of the iconic faces will not be there, we've had a game like that before. Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars The Old Republic MMO, games that were quite popular, and one of which, MMO, is still going strong today. However, no word in 3 years from Quantic Dreams, all the way to the point where, at the end of December, everything we know so far, the new Quantic Dream game is set to deliver an adventure unlike any other as it takes off to a High Republic era of Star Wars, the least popular probably of anything that Disney Star Wars has put out. And yes, I do say Disney Star Wars because it's a bunch of nonsense. You have such an expanded universe of novels and comics and books that have been popular for decades among Star Wars fans. But no, we're going to come up with a brand new era with a rock as the engineer, whatever, a rock that's able to get around, a slab of stone, a vessel, a spaceship, a star cruiser called the Vessel. This was the ingenious writing that was the High Republic era. But apparently, news has come to light that, well, I hope you didn't get your hopes up too high, because it looks like, according to Cosmic Book News, diverse Star Wars video game bites the dust. Oh no, say it isn't so. Normally, when people would see the announcement of a Star Wars video game, there would be so much fanfare and excitement that you wouldn't be able to measure it. But not anymore, because the vast majority of products coming out in the Star Wars universe are lackluster at best, abysmal at worst, waiting for nothing more than the dumpster fire for it to be shoved in, thrown away, and forgotten. Star Wars Eclipse video game that has been in development from Quantum Dreams since 2021. Did I say Quantic Dreams earlier? I think I did. Looks to be getting canceled, if it hasn't already been. The news comes with learn that Chinese parent company NetEase plans to divest itself of a majority of its overseas studios, something that probably led to the Seattle, layoffs of their Marvel Rivals team, their R&D team, which my understanding was a redundancy team that served their purpose. But unless the 6 individuals who worked there come out and explain in their contracts that they were temporary or long-term, I guess we'll never know exactly how tragic it was. You got to wonder, if they're a contract team, did they know how long the contract was for, or did they just intentionally neglect to give that information? Potentially among them is said to include Quantum Dreams, who has been developing Star Wars Eclipse. I don't know what this game was even about. I do remember seeing the trailer briefly once, but that was 4 years ago. My memory's enough Swiss cheese. I can't remember last week. Star Wars Eclipse was first announced back at the Game Awards in December of 2021. Game is described as set in the High Republic era, but I already said that. Is there anybody out there that even remembers this game's announcement? Lets you play as a diverse cast of charismatic characters, because people are chomping at the bit for the diverse and the charismatic and the funny and the ha-ha. Can we just have a good bounty hunting game with modern era? No, don't use that word. Not modern era. Modern graphics. Something that looks nice and pretty and adventurous. A legitimate open world game. That could be fun. Ubisoft couldn't succeed in that department for sure with the buggy mess that was Star Wars Outlaws, but maybe people were hoping that Star Wars Eclipse could fill that little void. Something interesting a well-told story in an interesting world, but, picking the High Republic era, they failed on that part right out the gate. Each with their own story, abilities, and role to play in the tapestry of events that could alter the carefully balanced peace of the Outer Rim. What peace in the Outer Rim? I thought the whole point was the Outer Rim. That's it. The whole point of the Outer Rim was that it was lawless. You could get away with damn near anything out there with maybe sheriffs, I guess the Star Wars equivalency of sheriffs. Oh dear. NetEase is pulling out of their overseas studios, cutting back, cutting corners, cutting studios that are not needed. Apparently, looks like Star Wars Eclipse. Equipped? I keep wanting to say equipped. Moving on. Looks like Star Wars Eclipse has become a casualty of NetEase pulling out of areas. But, do you remember Star Wars Eclipse? Did you care? Were you looking forward to it? Is this just another in the long list of layoffs and cancellations that are coming from the Star Wars franchise? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty little things that YouTube is begging to do, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.